Yo, what is going on everybody? Shri Kanase here. So the perfect description for Google Ads. When it comes to the descriptions specifically for stores that use Google Ads or just solely run on Google Ads, it's a whole different story and a whole different strategy compared to Facebook ads. But before all of those Facebook lovers go ahead and exit out of this video, hold up. The description template that I'm going to be providing to you guys and the strategy I'm going to be talking about in this video also applies to you, because the description process with Google Ads is very extensive and it is very detailed. So because of the amount of detail that goes into creating a description for Google Ads, it works better than ever for Facebook ads. So if you're looking to improve your results with Facebook, maybe improve that conversion rate on your website, you're going to want to watch this video until the end, especially because the descriptions also apply to Facebook. But again, as I mentioned, it's a completely different story as to writing descriptions for Google compared to Facebook, simply because a lot of SEO optimization and using the special keywords from the Google Keyword Planner tool are involved. But not only am I going to reveal the exact strategy I use to write every single description on my stores, but also reveal one of the descriptions I wrote personally for one of my stores that runs only on Google Ads. And that'll be revealed towards the end of the video. But without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it. So the perfect description for Google Ads. Now a keynote before I even reveal the first thing, in order for these descriptions to work for you, you're going to want to do one thing in the beginning, and that is smash that like button. Now that you've smashed that like button for the YouTube algorithm, let's go ahead and reveal the exact process. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, descriptions for Google Ads contain much different elements compared to Facebook ads, and this ranges from the amount of words that should be in the description to the amount of SEO keywords that you should include to the overall style of the description. When it comes to Google Ads, you need to have a specific template or a specific style of writing, and this style, once you get the hang of it, is something that you use for every single product description. So in fact, the beauty about this is it's going to become easier and easier once you do this over and over again, because the overall template is the same exact one, which you just kind of use over and over again with different words for the particular products that you're adding. But let's start off by talking about the exact wording and how many words you should have in a description, because the amount of words that you have in the description matters a lot for Google. So for success with Google, and this is in my own experience from what I've seen with Google Ads for my stores, in order to really start achieving that success with Google, you need to follow this one rule, and that is make sure that your descriptions are a minimum of 200 to 250 words. If your descriptions are below that, it's going to be really hard achieving success with Google, and I'll explain why very soon. But a minimum of 200 words is a must for success with Google Ads. And these words shouldn't be just gibberish words which you just write by copying and pasting from other people's websites or from AliExpress itself. The words need to be something that you write yourself and come up with. This is simply because Google is a crawling based platform where the Google algorithm basically goes on your website and crawls the entire description and every single page. If it starts to notice some repetition, it automatically starts to derank your advertisements when you do run the ads for specific products. And this is similar to getting your Facebook ad account penalized by having a low Facebook page score. What happens is with Facebook, your reach starts to cost more, and compared to before, you start to pay more for that same exact traffic. It's the same case when it comes to Google Ads in this case. When you start copying other people's descriptions or just copying and pasting from AliExpress, number one, Google has a hard time understanding what your product exactly is, what keywords to show it to, and which type of audience would buy it. And number two, if the people that come on your website from your Google Ads start to see that your description is just a copy pasted from some other competitor, they're more likely to not buy from you. One thing you want to understand with the traffic that comes from Google is this traffic is a search-based traffic. What does this mean exactly? Well, these people are kind of comparing your price with somebody else's prices, and what these people do often is they click multiple people's product advertisements on the Google shopping ad. So they kind of compare it side by side, see which product is maybe higher quality or which is a lower price, or which website is more professional and explains more about the product. So these things kind of matter a lot when it comes to Google Ads. And if you just copy and paste, you're already reducing your chances of having the product sell. But in addition to having a minimum of 200 to 250 words, you need to make sure that 10% of the words in your description should be SEO optimized keywords. Now, what do I mean by this exactly? I've made tons of tutorials on how to do product research or use the correct SEO keywords when it comes to Google Ads. You may want to check out the free playlist for Google Ads on my YouTube channel by clicking my name down below. But 10% of the description should be SEO optimized keywords, meaning if your description is 200 words, 20 words should be SEO optimized keywords, meaning words that are searched highly by users. And again, you want to use the Google Keyword Planner tool to kind of understand as to what is a good keyword and what is not a good keyword. But again, make sure not to kind of exceed over 10% to 15%, as this could lead to additional penalization by Google, because Google will start to think that you're jamming all of these SEO optimized keywords together to rank your listing higher, and that is not a good thing when it comes to Google. But now that we've covered as to exactly how many words to have, what kind of keywords to use, let's go ahead and start talking about the general description template. Now I'm going to have this general template in the description below for you to kind of follow, and I'll include this inside of one of the files. It's going to be a free file, but all you'll have to do is enter your email to get access to this template. But this is the exact template which I've used over and over again to do more than $1,000 per day when it comes to using Google Ads only for my dropshipping store. So the template is just like this. The first paragraph, which is going to be 2 to 4 sentences maximum, because when it comes to Google Ads, you want to throw what you learned in school outside the window. In school, you learn to have paragraphs which are 6 sentences in length, and it should start off with a hook followed by supporting sentences and all of this kind of stuff. When it comes to Google, that's not required at all, because each paragraph is going to be only 2 to 4 sentences long. The shorter, the better. But the first paragraph should talk about how the product can make the user actually feel. And again, I'm going to be showing you a real description that I wrote for one of my own stores, but talk about how the product will make the user feel in the first paragraph, how it can benefit their life, and introduce the product to them basically in the first paragraph. We're just basically trying to tell them what our product is and how it's going to benefit their life, meaning make it better and why they should buy this product. So it's a lot of emotion-based stuff that goes in the first paragraph. And this is followed by the second paragraph where we start talking more about the product itself. So note that in the first paragraph, we're not even really talking about the product itself, but rather the benefits this product will give to the user, how it's going to improve their life, how they're going to feel with the product, all of that jazz. But in the second paragraph, that's when we really start introducing the product, talk about its functions, talk more about how it can change the person's life. But in this paragraph, you want to focus more on the features of the product and the benefits and how it can be used and all of that stuff. And this is followed by the third and final paragraph. So as you can see, this is clearly a very simple and straightforward layout. There's nothing extra that goes into creating these Google Ads descriptions. But the third paragraph should contain more talk about how the product will actually positively impact the person's life, what they can expect long term from the use of this product. And you should also kind of talk about whether this product is a good product to gift somebody or not, because a lot of people have those kinds of questions since they buy a lot of gifts for other people. So again, the main part of your description should only have 3 major paragraphs, and these 3 paragraphs are only 2 to 4 sentences long. But a lot of the parts of these paragraphs contain emotions. We want the person to be filled up with emotions, whoever is reading this product description. But I want to go ahead and show you guys the description that I wrote for one of my products, specifically the first 3 paragraphs. So let's go ahead and scroll down. So here is the description. And this description was written for one of the most popular dropshipping products, which is the vacuum pore cleaner. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen that product before and know about that product, but let's see exactly how I started off the description. So the first thing that I had in the description is say hello to a beautiful and pore-free you. So right away, I'm introducing a lot of emotion and imagery into the description. I'm basically having the reader visualize a new version of themselves, and this newer version of themselves is going to be beautiful and have no pores that are clogged up. But I continue on with saying, if you have ever had those irritating blackheads, you know how ugly they look and make you feel. Not only do they make your skin scaggy and wrinkly, but they also make your skin look dirty. With our electric blackhead removing vacuum specifically designed for pores on the skin, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So as you can see clearly, if you scroll back up, all I did is basically talk about how the product can make the user feel and basically start introducing the product. I also talked about the benefits as to how this specific vacuum blackhead cleaner can help them remove their blackheads and bring about a new version of themselves, which is beautiful and pore free. So a lot of imagery and emotion involved. But one thing, if you didn't notice, is that I included a special SEO optimized keyword, and that is the electric blackhead removing vacuum. This is an SEO keyword which ranks high for this specific product. In fact, I had included this keyword in the product title as well. And one thing you want to understand when it comes to Google Ads is repeating the product title at least 2 to 3 times is really beneficial for your entire ad. But that is exactly what I did. I just repeated the title one time, and within this specific paragraph, which is emotion filled, I already started introducing the SEO optimized keywords. So as you can see, nothing really special that took me a lot of time to write, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but it is really catching onto a person's emotions. Along with that, I'm appealing to Google's algorithm. I'm basically saying, hey Google, rank me higher, because not only am I writing original descriptions, but I'm also using SEO optimized keywords. So that's a double win-win situation for you if you decide to do that. But moving on to the second portion. So what I did is I included a video of somebody using the product right after this first paragraph. And I'm going to be talking more about the images and the videos in this section right here, which I haven't covered yet. But after the video, what I said is the blackhead remover vacuum tool is the only device you'll ever need to make sure your pores stay nice and clean. The pore vacuum tool penetrates deep within the skin surface to remove the blackheads right from their roots. Not only does the tool extract all of the pores from the dirt and slime that has accumulated, but it also covers the pores up to prevent any more dirt from entering them. So basically, again, what I did is in the second paragraph, I talked about the functions of the product while still talking about how it can change the person's life. So if we again take a closer look, we can see that I was talking about how the product basically makes the pores stay nice and clean. It penetrates within the skin surface to remove the blackheads, but it also covers up the pores and prevents any dirt from entering them. So again, I'm kind of continuing on with the talk of basically how the product benefits the person's life, and then introducing more of the features, benefits, without sounding too salesy or just sounding like I've copied and pasted this stuff. But again, I continue to include those SEO optimized keywords. So the first keyword I want you guys to notice is the blackhead remover vacuum tool. That's one keyword. Another keyword is the pore vacuum tool. And I'm also talking more about pores and the dirt and slime and all of these other things, which are kind of helping Google understand that this product is directly related to skin and beauty niche, specifically the pore cleaners. So not only am I kind of hooking people into reading until the end, but I'm also helping Google understand who to show this ad to. So again, this is more of the double win-win situation. But now let's go on to the third paragraph, which is right here. And it says, do your skin and yourself a huge favor and use our pore vacuum tool to take away the stress your skin has to deal with. Let it do what it's best at, shine brightly with confidence. You deserve an essential facial cleanser which can provide to you the healthy skin you need, feel and look young again naturally without any extra additions to your life with our blackhead remover tool. So if we go up and look at the template, we can see that the third paragraph should contain more talk about how the product will continue to impact the person's life and what kind of long-term benefits they can expect, and should also talk about whether this is a good gift or not. I didn't really mention anything about gifts here, but I did say that they should do themselves a huge long-term favor by getting our pore vacuum tool to make their skin brighter and help them shine brighter with confidence. So this is a long-term thing where their confidence will improve over time, their life will improve over time. And while it continues to talk about the benefits and long-term use, I also included a lot of the SEO keywords. So let's look at that. I talked about the facial cleanser, which is one of the most important SEO keywords in this niche and for this product. I also mentioned the blackhead remover tool one more time. I talked about pore vacuum tool in the first sentence. So as you can see, I'm doing both of these things all at once. Not only am I writing organic and original content, I'm also writing SEO optimized content. This is crucial for success with Google. This is why I was able to do $1,000 or more just with Google, not Facebook. And if you've watched a lot of my other videos, you know Google is much more consistent and provides much more profit long term. With Google, a lot of people struggle to even get 10% net profits. With Google, I could easily do 20% to 30% on a daily basis, consistently that too. And the only reason why I was able to do that is because, as you can see, I put so much effort into the description. I write really good words, SEO optimized keywords, which hook people on. But let's continue on with the later portion of the description. And this is the final portion of the description, what you should have. After the third paragraph, you want to introduce a features and benefit list. This features and benefit list should introduce 2 to 5 bullet points going over the main features of the product. You can say stuff like how this product is maybe portable, how it promotes healthy lifestyle, how it's a great gift, and all of that stuff. And I'm going to show you guys how I did that in my own description soon. But along with this, one thing I want to mention is you want to sprinkle images between the paragraphs all over basically, and you want to have 3 to 5 maximum images in the entire description. Basically, the amount of word to image ratio should be kind of proportional. Don't have like 10 images with only a 100-word description. That is not proportional, and it's going to make your description look lopsided and unprofessional. Instead, you should have a proportional description, as I mentioned, with 3 to 5 maximum images. And I recommend that you use GIFs or videos demonstrating the product. the more you can help demonstrate the product and the more a person understands what your product is, the better your chances of having it sell. But along with this, after the features and benefit list, you want to have a how to use section, and this is not always required because not every product needs a how to use section. But if your product needs some kind of demonstration or explanation, you should definitely have that. And I like to just copy and paste from AliExpress if they have the how to use section here. But after that, you want to have the package content, and this should just say what the person is receiving in the package. And this is followed by the shipping information, meaning the 7 to 22 business days if you're drop shipping from AliExpress. And finally, end it with the hour guarantee section. But let's go ahead and scroll down and see exactly how I did that. So after the third paragraph, I had the how to use section. Basically, I talked about how they can use this vacuum pore cleaner tool. And this was not something I wrote originally. I just copied and pasted. This is fine to do because it is a very small portion of your description. The majority of your description should be the paragraphs themselves. But after the specific how to use section, you want to have the feature section, and this shouldn't say shipping info. This should say shipping info right after the feature section. But basically, this is how you should have the feature section. All I did is write what the features are. Here I said provides a deep clean to every single pore on the skin to help get rid of residue and dead cells. So kind of just repeating what I said in paragraphs above, but you can introduce new stuff as well. And again, this section how to use should be right above at the top, but this should be again the title of this section right here, which I already did and basically talked about how to use the product over here. And this shipping info should be at the very end of the features list. So here, this is where I would just say the products could take 7 to 22 business days to be delivered for US, and international it'll take 3 to 4 weeks or more. So as you can see from the top to bottom, it is very organized. I'm not hiding anything from my customers. I'm being very straightforward and very truthful, and doing this will help increase the amount of trust people have for you and help decrease the amount of chargebacks and the issues with customers that you get. And this is the exact template I use for every single description. I'm not creating something different every single time. This is literally what I do for every single description. And I hope you can understand by now what I mean by how it gets easier after doing it over and over again. Because it's the same thing you're doing, just with different words for different products. But this is the exact template as to what I'm using. And in this section, I didn't include the hour guarantee for this specific product. But for the hour guarantee, you can say something like we offer a 30-day money back guarantee. And nowadays, I'm noticing this is kind of helping the conversion rates. So something you want to definitely include for the description. But again, I'll have this as one of the links in the description below. You can just download it for free. Wouldn't ask you to pay for it. Just enter 0 because it's going to be free. But if you found any type of value in this video, smash that like button down below and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.